In the house. Chris, we got to get you a nickname for the show. Oh, handsome boy Chris in the house.
Christopher
hey, Daniel, you know what to do. Handsome boy Chris Perry.
Please, Daniel, don't feed into the.
Oh, let's go. There we go.
Daniel, we built rapport. I'm your guy.
It is Queen Bree and handsome boy Chris coming to you with Clean Greens Living, broadcasting here live on Rainier Avenue Radio. I am super excited. The weather is getting warmer, guys. I'm so excited.
Slowly but surely.
Have to throw a fresh paint on my toes so I can start showing my toes.
Okay,
feet out this summer.
All right.
I got some cute little peaky toes. I'm not ashamed to show them.
Okay, that's right. That's right.
How you doing today, Chris? What's going on?
I'm good. I'm good. Happy to be here. Another show, another week. No complaints. How about you?
Right. Same. Thankful, grateful.
Good weekend.
Good weekend. Yeah. Planning, resting. Just honoring my body when it says to rest.
That's smart. Because it will shut you down.
Oh my God.
If you don't listen.
It would shut me down. Earlier this year, my body did shut down. It was like, no, we can't do it no more. And I tried to limit myself, like, okay, I'm just gonna take January off and then I'll be ready to go February. And February came, was like, no. So before we get into the show, let's do some announcements. All right, guys, I saved the date. Our grand opening is June 29th, and it's gonna be at our youth farm. It's going to be at our youth farm.
Yes.
AME.
Yes.
So it'll be at the AME. We'll have a flyer for you next week. But from 11 to 2, we'll be there having fun, picking up your bags, talking about the things that we are working on with Clean Greens, enrolling kids into our youth program. Mm-hmm. So stay tuned. June 29th. I'm super excited about us being in season. I cannot wait. I'm getting ready to start planning like different meal plans with our produce this year. I feel like if I get a head start, I'll be able to do that. What else? Make Music Day for Rainier Avenue Radio, guys. Every year, June 21st, we have Make Music Day, which is a day of music, a day of making music, a day of listening to music, a day of celebration. And it is celebrated all over the world. All over the world. Every country celebrates this day. It is the longest day of the summer, and it's something fun. It'll be on the pier, usually between noon until 5 or 6. So join us and let's celebrate and let's make music. And there's things for you to do. Even if you don't know how to play an instrument, there's still things you can go and just make some noise. And if you want to participate, why don't you guys email and see how you can like make a video of you making music and send it in, and we'll show it on our show. Juneteenth, Atlantic Street Center, broadcasted live on June 22nd, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. on location from Rainier Avenue Radio, with Rainier Avenue Radio at the Rainier Beach Community Center. So please tune in for Juneteenth with Atlantic Street Center, broadcasted June 22nd. So yeah, Juneteenth is coming up. Good Lord. What do you guys do for Juneteenth? Talk to us. Let us know some suggestions of what you do. Chris, what do you do for Juneteenth?
I work for Juneteenth.
Oh yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You remember that? You remember you have something to do on Juneteenth? On Sunday?
Oh, that's a Sunday? Mm-hmm. Okay, well then no, I'm gonna be festive on Juneteenth. What are you doing?
Oh, and it's Father's Day.
Oh, okay. So,
okay. We're gonna have to Okay, sorry that you have to work on Father's Day.
No, it's fine. I received that. I received whatever you guys want to do too.
Celebrate you.
Yes. I'm for the celebration. Day. Absolutely.
Chris is a father. Beautiful children.
I am.
All right. Well, you know what? We have our special guest. I would say special guest host.
Yes.
Because this is a conversation every Tuesday. We have Carita Hall in the mix in the building. Well, she's not literally in the building, but she's here with us today. Oh, Daniel, I see the Pride thing at the Pride flyer up. The Pride Hip Bingo hip hop and R&B bingo at the Royal Esquire Club. This is it this Saturday? Oh yes,
June 15th.
This Saturday, June 15th, 9 p.m. to 11 a.m. You guys don't forget to come show out and show support for Pride Bingo. All right, is Carita here? I thought I saw her. Hey girl, hey. Okay, look at Sun getting you in your dreads in the most beautiful way.
Come through, natural light.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How you doing today?
Well, I just want to throw out a little correction out there. So Juneteenth is actually this it's next Wednesday, the 19th.
I knew I'd be working. I knew it.
Yeah, Juneteenth be working.
Something told me.
No. Juneteenth is next Wednesday, but Chris has something to do for Juneteenth on Sunday.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And that is Father's Day.
Look, he's like, I do.
Okay.
So here, in my defense, we talked about this before, but being the boss that I am, I have to remind my people.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. Love that.
I am their secretary. They are not my secretary.
But yeah, please repeat my memory as soon as you can.
I will. I will. No worries. I got you after this.
It's so funny.
Rita.
On the 19th, everyone. Thank you for Rita for that. So
there's a lot going on actually in the community. So I'm glad y'all posting that out there. So yeah.
Okay. Carita, well, you tell us what's going on, because we know about the Atlantic Street Center, and there's an event on Sunday in Capitol Hill that will be oh my gosh, I forgot the name of it. I feel so bad, but it's every year up in Capitol Hill on Sunday. There'll be a Juneteenth event there. And then what else am I missing?
Well, we'll actually be out with Atlantic Street. We're helping and assisting sponsoring that event. So June 22nd at Rainier Beach Community Center. Yes, that one will be, we're actually on the bottom of that flyer, but we will be there. June 19th, actually. Dion, I don't know if y'all have been following our social media, but Dion is now an instructor, certified instructor for Mixed Fit and Zumba. So he does a lot of dance fitness. So on the 19th, he'll be leading a class in Mixed Fit in Tacoma at Studio Mixed Fit. So that'll be fun.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
Get active. It is summertime. It is time to get out in the work. Well, you know what? Honestly, during the fall and the rain, you could still get out and exercise and work out.
That's right. No excuse.
No excuse.
Get moving.
Yeah. The summer just gives you that extra boost to want to do it. So yeah.
Vitamin D.
Definitely get out and get active this summer, y'all. Everybody. It doesn't make any sense anymore. All the access that we have now to different ways to be moving and different ways to be active.
And eating
differently. Yeah. All the access is there. There's no excuses anymore.
And speaking of, this past week, there was a shooting at Garfield. Super sad. Turned out it was someone I knew that I grew up with, went to church with, his son. And it's sad because it feels like it's getting closer and closer to us. And we're trying to work with our community to find ways to create a safer space for our youth in our community. And I was excited for a few things about this being the second Tuesday to talk about this, because we have Carita here. And when we talk about different ways on how we can approach having a safer community, I wanted to talk about too, because it's so interesting. No matter what we're going through in life, massages always helps out with that too. And people don't understand the connection of a garden creating a safer community. They don't understand the connection of getting a massage to create a safe community. They don't understand the connection of mindfulness creating a safe community. So let's talk about that today, you guys. Everyone's always so shocked. It's not shocked. No one never knows what we're going to talk about when we come here, but we come ready to roll, right?
Right.
And I'll start with, over the weekend, Clean Greens is partnering with City of Seattle, the NAACP, and the Black Urban Agricultural Council to create a healing garden near our Amy Yee site. And I'm excited. I'm not excited for the reason that this is happening, but I am excited to be a part of creating a safe community for our kids. And so what it's going to look like is there's going to be 3 different spaces for where we're at Amy. Right now we are at point A. So there's going to be a point A, point B, and a point C. Point C is definitely going to be that space where it's the healing garden, where families who have lost loved ones through gun violence can come and meditate. They can come and grow. They can come and connect with other community members. And it's just going to be a space where we come and we creating a safer space, getting to know one another, and healing, right? And all of it is going to come together. So it's still in the works. There's a website on Clean Greens. I didn't send it to Daniel in time, guys. I apologize. But there is a website on Clean Greens Farmer Market and on my on Instagram and my website, Bree Living, where we're right now wanting to get community feedback. And I wanted to take a special moment to talk to the community, the Black community, specifically the Black community. This is for everyone, but this is specifically me talking to you because it's affecting our community the most. This space is for us to connect. Right. And we want to hear from you what we can do in this space. What are some ideas? What are some things we can do? Now, this space is for everyone because it's going to take all of us to create a safe space. But what I see a lot of the times is when we have these discussions and when we have these links to give your feedback, a lot of our people don't give those feedback. And so then we're creating this space centered around white ideas and not Black ideas. And I just wanted to take a moment to say that this is our space that we are being given. And like we talked about earlier, there's no excuses anymore for us to not utilize that. And where we want to fight all the time, this is a time to fight for our space and our voices to be heard and ideas to be heard. So guys, please go visit us at Clean Greens website or go visit us on my website, Bree Living, on Instagram, and follow that link and give your feedback to what you would like to see in this space. I made the mistake of reading the comments on one of those news sites, and people were talking about this agenda. It's an agenda. There is no agenda other than creating a safe neighborhood. Like, I'm not in this to build myself up. I'm literally because this is more work for us. This is literally more work for us with no guarantee of anything other than us taking a part in creating a safe space. And I just want to give a shout out to my team because they just be rolling with it. And I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the work you guys do. Christina, Chris, Tommy, they be out there doing it with our volunteers. It's a whole team back here trying to figure out how we can create a safe space.
Oh my God, Daniel. Dang, please.
That is the picture of me and my team, Holy. Christina and handsome boy Chris. We're missing Farmer Tommy. Look, Chris be trying to act like he's so shy.
No, I hate those pictures. Daniel, we're gonna have to talk. And you know what? My boss, I love her to death. She's the best. She tagged me on Facebook. I removed that tag promptly.
What?
Promptly.
Why?
How dare you, boss? What? We didn't even talk about this. We didn't talk about it. Okay, I'm sorry, Carita. I'm sorry.
Now you heard it. I don't be posting them. Look, he just was getting on me because I don't be hitting them up on my days off. But now when I try to include you, you take off the tag.
I said, why would she do this to me? I'm so good to her. All right.
But you don't look bad. What's the fear behind just keeping the pose?
I didn't want to take the picture. I should have known that she had evil intentions behind the picture. She just posted it all over the World Wide Web.
Oh, because I want to include him. Okay. I want to include him. Chris, listen. Look, we want to know what's tea.
She looked great.
Where's the fear coming from?
She was a keynote speaker. She did a great job. She killed it. Her daughter sang, which was beautiful. By the way, your daughter has a very, very beautiful voice, very talented.
Thank you.
And just changing the subject from the picture.
I got that.
It was a great weekend.
Okay, Chris. Okay, so since we're changing the subject, but
So
you know,
y'all have to pick that up later. Yeah, right.
right,
Yeah,
right.
that's fine. That's fine.
This ain't over.
Okay, that's fine.
This ain't
I'll
over.
take that.
And
Y'all
and I'm gonna
so
tag you.
funny. This
Please,
is
boss.
too
No, just
cute.
listen. Okay, I won't tag you, but it'll be on my page. And you can never say that I don't be including y'all and be acting like I'm out here the only one doing work. I want people to
I
know
feel included.
I have
feel
a
included. I received that. Thank you. I feel
I
included.
know that's right.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All
And
right.
good job, Queen Bree, letting people know it's not just you, it's your team.
Yes.
Totally,
For sure.
understand that.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Thank you. So Chris, we gonna get into your feedback of that day, and then I want to hear Carita and like how we as a community and how do you create a safe space with what you do with massage therapy, because you don't just talk about massage therapy, you are at the community events, and I want to talk about why that is so important, but I want to get Chris's feedback real quick about this weekend, and then
It was a very cool event. It was Seattle Parks and Recreations.
Mhm.
The mayor was also there. A few Seattle police officers. I'm forgetting so many people, but Breon had an opportunity to speak, and she did a great job. I was so happy, so proud. Proud child moment. I was like, that's my boss.
Thank you.
And then again, like I said, her daughter was the guest singer, I guess.
Yes,
She sang the Black National Anthem and she killed it. And it was a very cool event. It was unfortunately overshadowed by what happened at Garfield, the loss of life, which is very unfortunate. But it was just a full circle moment for why we were there meeting and what needs to happen. So it was bittersweet, but I just wanted to give Breon her props because she definitely delivered.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I wish I would have known about it. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Look, I got to start figuring out how, because we post it, but people don't see it. So it's like, then I'd be like, I don't know who all to tag, because I guess I'm just going to start tag. I'm going to start at highlighting everybody.
I know who not to tag.
You should definitely highlight Holistic Coalition. I'll be more than happy to repost that and put that information out. So include us in your retags.
Okay, I will.
Tagging and
Tagging
collaboration.
Carita moving forward and a Holistic
And
Coalition.
Chris
Carita moving forward.
Y'all go follow Christopher Perry on
Facebook and
His
Instagram.
very, very private profile. Good luck with that to everyone.
So Carita, you do a lot of work in the community, and I think it's important to tie in what you do with community safety, because taking care of your body, your mind, your spiritual being self is part of community safety. So let's talk about the things that you do and your tips and ideas of how we can create. And it doesn't just have to be with the massage. It could be with whatever you think we can do to help create a safe community. One person was like, this garden isn't enough. And I was like, but it's a start.
It's a start. Exactly. I totally agree with you. Thank you for even asking that. In the past, Holistic Coalition has been there for a lot of the first responders. So when you have these community unfortunate events, you do have community persons who have been brought into different organizations that are their job is to respond right in the community. So you got people with community passageways, with urban family. I think there's another one through Seattle Boys and Girls Club. But with that, we've been there to assist them in their healing or their abilities to cope with things like this, because the reality is we can't avoid. We're never going to be able to avoid tragedy. It's just in how you respond to it. Going forward, what we've been looking to do is really get into school programs and work with the children on ways that they learn how to cope and become more emotionally aware of themselves and society. But with that, wanting to bring in several different holistic modalities, not just massage. If you know, I've been working with Haru Heals in the community. He does a lot of focus on stress-free living, and Qigong, which is a movement meditation, which teaches you how to heal yourself through energy movement. So, in being able to provide space for people who offer these services is what we are moving and looking to do further. And that goes along with my idea on what we can do, which is addressing it at the root, which are the children. right? Teaching
Yeah.
them how to cope with um, issues amongst themselves, amongst their family, amongst their instructors or teachers, just learning how to be, again, more emotionally aware, more intelligent about their movements. But then us also understanding um, that a lot of the systems that been placed for us, they have not worked, they're not working. My ideas probably go way beyond what we can actually do in one generation, but definitely starting with the children,
It's a start.
it has been, it's the start.
Yeah. And that's what I think I get caught up to, because it's like it is a start with the children, because that's where this system starts. And you know what, Karita, unfortunately, the system is working. It's working with the way that it was created to work.
That is true. That is true.
But it's
Yeah.
not working for us.
Right.
But it was created to keep us down. It was created to do exactly what we're doing right now. And now it's our turn to stand up and not physically fight. People always think we got to physically fight. And that's the thing, is like sometimes it just takes you standing up in your voice, right?
Correct.
And I'm not sure if you guys have this experience, but I've had experiences with my children, especially my second born Christian, in schools. And I've gone to the schools and I've literally seen how this is created. Because in our mind, Christian comes from a good household, right? We don't talk about violence. We talk about using your words. We talk about telling an adult. We don't do guns. I mean, of course, his dad watches crazy stuff. That clearly is a man thing. Sometimes I get wrapped up in it too, so I won't just say for y'all. But but we're not out in the streets. We're not like, but when you go on the streets and you go to the playground, kids are getting bullied. And then there's not enough coverage on the playground, or not enough support on the playground, to where it's like, and for us as parents, we're like, okay, tell the teacher. The teacher doesn't listen. Now it's like, okay, well, now you got to just fight back, and you're not in trouble at home. You may be in trouble at school, but you're not in trouble at home. But those are creating those spaces for people to get angry. And then that schools are creating records for these kids that are following them. And I've recognized that, it's a culture on the playground, a record being built, and then the kids lose hope and interest in the education system, in their parents, and in their teachers, and they don't trust.
It's a cycle, honestly. When I first got here last summer, I had the opportunity to work at Patricia Clark, which is essentially the juvenile hall. And I noticed, like, I had the opportunity to sit in a lot of these court cases, and all of these crimes, terrible crimes, but these kids are getting sent home. And what happens is they build this record, to your point, and the moment they become of an adult age, if they jaywalk, come away for 20 and 30 years. So it is a trap that they fall into. And it's a slippery slope, because there has to be some type of accountability held, but we definitely need to bring awareness to it. And also, to your point about as a race, I think our problem is we're definitely passionate about what means something to us, and we're getting better at community, but we need to have our ask in order when we do have a stage as a race. Often don't have our ask in order, and sometimes you can miss out on what's intended or what you need by not knowing how to convey. Exactly.
Ask and reach out and ask for help and support, and not hogging resources. A lot of the times in our communities, we're so busy focused on keeping resources to ourselves, not want to reach out to people because we don't want them to steal our ideas or anything. And by all means, protect some of that stuff. However, let your ideas be known with the community, because if we all come together and stand together, there's so much we can do. And the accountability, didn't have accountability. You're right. A lot of people don't have accountability. And it's hard. I don't want to be accountable for when I'm being mean to people. I don't want to be accountable for but I welcome it. Yes, sometimes depending on how it was delivered, it's a setback. But when I sit with it, I'm like, oh dang, they're right. They're right. I need to go back, and I need to figure out how I can make a better decision. But like having that ask in order, we all are saying the same. We want the same thing. too many people are prideful and they want their names to be at the top of the headline. Not about having your name at the top of the headline.
Right.
It's just about getting out there, and then not just being about it. I mean, not just talking about it, being about it.
Making moves.
Makes moves. Like I'm like Marshawn Lynch, all about that action. Like if we say we're gonna do something,
Beast mode, shout out.
Beast
That's
mode,
random.
Beast mode, right?
All right.
It ain't random because I be having to channel my inner beast mode
Okay.
sometimes. Like I'm just here so I
Facts.
don't get fined, so I won't get mad.
No lies detected. She definitely channels that.
Beast mode, like let's go, we got this. Like stop doubting.
That's right.
Like of course I be needing y'all to say that to me. Chris, you're really good at that. It reminded me of like to stop doubting myself. So I appreciate you for that, because
thank you.
I'll be telling everybody, don't doubt yourself. You got this. We got this. And I'm like, oh shoot, we got this. But being about the action when no one's watching, being about the action when you don't always necessarily have the funding, like thinking about ways of, like, people don't know, I don't really speak this out, but I'm also a life coach, right? And so how can I show up?
I didn't know that. That's good to know.
I gotta start saying that, because I always, growing up thinking, nobody wants to hear me, but it's like I don't have time for my self-pity. Our community needs us, our children needs this. And so I want to do like a workshop with our kids, or whoever will come and just talk about hustle culture. That's another thing that got us so wrapped up in ourselves that we feel like we gotta hustle because the system has taught us to hustle. And hustling makes you think you gotta not sleep, not rest,
right,
not communicate with people, not support, like not collaborate. Hustle culture got us so wrapped up in ourselves that we're not individualism. And we think nobody cares about us. I gotta hustle. It's not about hustling. It's about taking care of yourself, mind, body, and spirit.
And also being there to lead those who want to hear. Like I just heard something you said where you said, no one wants to hear my voice. Trust me, there's always somebody out there who wants to hear it, needs to hear it. And at times you may not be everybody's cup of tea, but for the 5 that's listening and the one that won't, it doesn't really matter.
And then what I have to remind myself, and I'll remind everybody too, is we always get so wrapped up in saving the world, right? And we think the world as a whole. But it's about that one voice that you heard. You've changed somebody who's heard you and does something. You changed their world. Right. And then they go and they change someone else's world. And that's how we can start changing the world. Not looking at changing the world as a whole of 1,000,000,001 people or more.
Or it's about doing it by yourself.
And you're doing it by yourself, girl. Listen.
Right.
Look at that. That's that energy. That's that energy that Carita brings. Yeah. Her lighting is always so perfect.
I know, right? I'm over here like
I'm looking. We need to broadcast from there.
Listen, because I'm over here peeking into the background.
That's that sunshine. That's that sunshine.
The time has gotten away from us.
And
it goes so fast when Carita's here. It's always a pleasure. Thank you so much, Carita.
Well, Carita, we want to connect with you and how we can work with our youth. So thank you for showing up, and thanks to everyone who tuned in to listen to this conversation. Keep a lookout and keep giving your input on things for us. Have